What's peace?
My name. That's my pre-name.
Oh, really? That is awesome. That's awesome. What does peace mean? Okay, let me ask that question two ways. First of all, what does peace mean when your parents tell you they'd like a little peace and quiet? Oop, am I on? Yeah.
I know.
What?
Maybe my name was on the piece. Harmony, because I saw my name.
Peace and harmony. Yes, that is fair. Yes. So what does peace feel like to you? What do you think peace is? Is it love? Is it? Everyone say yes. 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 Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Thank you. But what's it feel like when you have peace? What's it feel like? Yeah? No idea? Well, feel like, does anybody remember Phil Donahue? It's before your time. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Long before. Anyway, sometimes when we do our live streaming, sometimes things don't always get through, right? So like last week in Bashai, I was talking about shalom and how it means peace, but it means more than that. And maybe you didn't get that here. Sorry. Shalom.
I've heard that name before in
Shalom?
Bible we actually have
Yes. Okay, so shalom, in the Bible, sometimes we think shalom just means peace. But sometimes we need to remember that peace to God is something bigger than just not fighting with your siblings or making a lot of noise.
Or not having war and
It's about wholeness too. Yeah. And say that again, please.
and not about war and destroying the world.
That's right. Yes, it's also not just about not having a war and destroying the world.
If it's about wholeness, if you cut a bagel in half, would it be peace?
A bagel has a hole in it. Okay. I'd just like to say how creative that was, though, that he said bagel and not donut, right? Because we were talking about the Hebrew understanding of, okay, never mind. All right. It means more than just like not fighting. It means understanding that God's with us and that goodness in us is something we can share with other people too, right? So do you see this up here? Okay, what does that look like to you? It's a peace sign. Do you know where a peace sign comes from? Do you know where that peace sign comes from? Because it's relative to the rest of us, it's new. Okay, so here's the origin of the peace sign. Back in the 50s and 60s, there was a movement in England that was against nuclear armaments, and because they had nuclear weapons and stuff in England, and so the Nuclear Disarmament Group came up with this symbol, and it comes from, do you know what semaphore is? Oh, you're missing out. Okay, so semaphore is a way that we used to be able to communicate by using flags, and it depended on how you held the flag. Where you held the flag, right? Okay, so this is N, and this is D. Nuclear disarmament. That's where it comes from. Isn't that a fun story? Okay. What do you mean? Didn't you understand that completely? Now I have to explain nuclear and disarmament, don't I? See, here's the thing about peace, is it can sound really super complicated. And it's not. How difficult do you think it was to get all of those kids to lie like that on the floor? Some of them don't look too happy about it.
Yeah, they don't look too happy.
But they did it, and they did it all together in order to make that. And that's the thing about peace, is that sometimes it can sound like it's super complicated, but really it's not. It's just about everybody working together and doing their part, right? Man, I'm not sure I'd want to be one of those guys with my head up against somebody's feet. But they are wearing shoes, though, so, it's probably, anyway, okay. Peace is sometimes just about sharing what's good in us with other people and trying to see what's good in them and doing that together, right? And so what I'd like you to think about today is, because we've been thinking Thanksgiving, right? We had Thanksgiving, we thought about things that we're thankful for just generally, and we thought about food that we're thankful for. We've been thinking about stuff we're thankful for. So I'd like you to think about things that you're thankful for about you that you could share with somebody else that might help make peace happen. Can you do that? You don't have to do it right this instant. You can have time. Just think about it. Right? Because that's how we make peace, is taking the things that are really we're thankful for about us, and we share them with other people, and we try and see the things that other people are thankful for too. And we kind of bring those things together. So we're going to sing a song that's a little bit about like how peace is like water, right? That we can share, right? It's like a river that flows. It's like a fountain. It's like, what's the other one? The ocean.